it, if you, for example, have $1 today and you could get a candy bar for $1 today, tomorrow you may go to the store and that candy bar is now $1.50. No, you cannot afford that because your purchasing power has now decreased.
I know it is a blessing, yeah. Lift up my eyes to the hills, I'm blessed, oh man.
Hey guys, Jemar here and welcome back to my YouTube channel. So today I want to talk about 3 reasons why cash is king or queen. But if this is your first time to this channel, welcome. And the goal of this channel is to help you make better money habits, but also make you feel like you have secured and you are secure in your best financial future. With that being said, let's get right into it. So a few of you have probably heard the statement cash is king, but what I actually want you to do is consider that cash flow is king. Now, what do I mean by that? So I want to stop right here and define cash flow. And if you guys see me looking down, I'm just looking at my notes. So cash flow is just simply the difference between money coming in and money going out. If you have more money coming in than more money going out, you have positive cash flow. This is important because in the context of saving for future goals, you want to have positive cash flow, or like I said, you want to have more money coming in than more money going out. In order to increase cash flow, you can do a few things. The most obvious is just either increasing the amount of money you're making or just lowering your living expenses and some of the things that you incur as costs. So now, the 3 reasons why cash is king. Number 1, it is a blanket of security. What do I mean by that? So when you look in your account, just seeing you have that large sum or whatever it may be, it gives you a peace of mind knowing that you have that. And unlike stocks or investments and other commodities, the cash that you see is actually the cash that you have readily available. And why that brings you that peace of mind is because unlike stocks and the aforementioned things, there's no real risk with cash. So with stocks, the risk that you have is if the market may go up or down, you just don't know. And the only real risk we have with cash is the opportunity cost of holding it. What that means is instead of just holding on to your cash, you could spend it, for example. You could buy those stocks if you wanted to. But the opportunity cost is essentially you giving up the chance to do something else with that mentioned cash. And that's the only risk with that. And so this is why it is essentially a blanket of security and it gives you comfort. So I actually want to stop here for a second and point out something that I'm saying. And it's around the cash that you have is what you have available. So this is true, but I want to throw a wrinkle in there. So this is where inflation comes into play. And inflation is essentially the rate at which the cost of goods and services change over time. And historically, inflation tends to increase over time. So to break that down a little bit, if you, for example, have $1 today and you could get a candy bar for $1 today, tomorrow you may go to the store and that candy bar is now $1.50. No, you cannot afford that because your purchasing power has now decreased. What that means is if you put your cash somewhere where the rate of return you're getting is less than the rate of inflation, over a period of time, your purchasing power is gonna decline. And so you want to put your cash balance or your cash savings or the place that you're getting your cash flow, you want to put it in an account that gets a rate of return higher than the rate of inflation. As of June 2020, for the last trailing 12 months, the rate of inflation was 0.1%, which is also the average savings rate right now for most savings account in the US. So what that means is, I guess it nets out in terms of a percentage standpoint. So it will bring you that peace of mind. But if say, for example, inflation was at 2%, which is typically a historical average over a longer period of time, and you were in an account and you held your money in an account that only gave you 0.1% of a rate return back, then your money would kind of be worth less in the future. So I will have a future video talking about where you should park that cash or your emergency funds and so forth. But just so you keep in mind, you want to think about where you put in the bulk of your cash. It needs to make sense for you because you just do not want to lose value in your money. Moving on, number 2, it is liquid and is useful in emergencies. So in the financial realm or the financial world, the term liquid means how easily cash is available, how accessible is it. Going back to my first point, it is more accessible than like stocks or gold, because you'd have to sell those first, whereas if you need to pull your cash, you can just go to the bank or you can do a transaction online. And with everything going on right now, it is useful for emergencies. And again, this is where an emergency fund will come in, and you want to have cash set for like 3 to 6 months of your living expenses to prepare for emergencies. Again, I will have another video talking about that soon. Just to clarify, this cash is just different from what you have in stocks and bonds, because you want to have a separate cash balance that you can access without having to convert those things to cash first, if that makes sense. So lastly, number 3, it is opportunity. What do I mean by this? This is pretty straightforward, and people hoard cash for a number of reasons, typically for like a big opportunity, but also just, it could really vary. And these, just like I said, there's so many things people hold cash for. It could be they increase their cash flow to contribute more to their savings. They increase their cash flow to start an investment portfolio. They increase their cash flow to make a big purchase. They increase their cash flow to run a startup or invest in a new business idea. But by increasing your cash flow and getting to that positive range, it gives you opportunity to make a lot of decisions, to be more flexible. And again, going back to future goals, you can just, given those choices, you are allowed to secure and take a lot of matters into your own hands as it comes to your financial future. To wrap up, you have heard cash is king, but consider cash flow is king. You just do not want to have cash. You want to have a consistent cash flow coming in, and you want to make sure that's positive, because like I said, you can have cash coming in, but you could also have cash coming out, and you never want to have more cash going out than coming in. So remember, like I said, cash flow is king or queen, but you want to get that to that positive point. Positive cash flow is very important. It gives you a lot of opportunity, a lot of flexibility, and all around just helps you to control your financial future. With that being said, guys, if you found anything valuable in this video, please like, comment, share, subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend. I hope to see you here next time. Until then, take care.